7 regrets people have after 70 before it's too late. There comes a moment in life when the noise becomes quieter. The chasing slows down. The pressure to prove yourself fades. And for the first time, many people begin to see their life clearly, not through dreams, not through ambition, but through memory. And when people pass the age of 70, many of them begin to speak with a kind of honesty that only time can teach. They don't just talk about success, they talk about regret. The painful truth is that most regrets in old age are not about the things people did. They're about the things they kept postponing, the words they never said, the life they were too busy, too afraid, or too distracted to truly live. So in this video, we're going to talk about 7 regrets people often have after 70. Not to make you sad, but to help you wake up before it's too late. Because if you understand these regrets now, your future may become lighter, wiser, and far more meaningful. The first regret is living too much for other people's approval. So many older people say they spent decades trying to be what others expected them to be. A good employee, a responsible parent, a respectable person, a person who did the right thing. But somewhere along the way they lost themselves. They chose careers they didn't love, stayed silent to avoid judgment, dressed their lives in a way that made others comfortable. And when they got older, one painful question began to appear. Why did I spend so much of my life trying to please people who were never going to live my life for me? Approval feels important when you are young, but at 70, many realize that peace matters more than image. The second regret is working too much and missing the life that was happening at home. This is one of the most common and heartbreaking regrets. People work hard because they want security, they want to provide, they want to build a better future, but the future often costs them the present. They miss dinners. They miss their children growing up. They miss laughter, quiet evenings, family trips, and ordinary moments that seemed unimportant at the time. Then one day they look back and realize they gave their best energy to deadlines, meetings, and stress, while the people they loved got what was left over. Money can solve some problems, but it cannot buy back missed time. And old age makes that painfully clear. The third regret is not saying I love you enough. Many older people carry this quietly in their hearts. They loved deeply, but they didn't always express it. Sometimes it was pride, sometimes it was culture, sometimes they simply assumed the people around them already knew. But love that is felt and love that is spoken are not always the same. A father wanted to say he was proud. A husband wanted to apologize. A daughter wanted to hug her mother one more time. A friend wanted to reconnect. But time kept moving, and then suddenly the chance was gone. One of the cruelest truths in life is this: you rarely regret being too loving, but many people regret being too emotionally silent. The fourth regret is staying too long in relationships that slowly damage them. Not every relationship is loud and abusive. Some are simply draining, cold, controlling, loveless, emotionally empty. Many people stay because they are afraid of being alone, afraid of starting over, afraid of what others will say. So they spend years, sometimes decades, living in emotional survival mode. At 70, many finally understand something important. A long relationship is not always a successful relationship, and sacrificing your peace year after year does not make you noble. Sometimes it only makes you disappear. The fifth regret is neglecting health until health became impossible to ignore. When people are younger, they often believe they can fix their body later, They tell themselves, I'll rest later, I'll exercise later, I'll deal with it later. But later comes with a price. At 70, many people begin to understand that health is not just about living longer, it's about living with freedom. The freedom to walk without pain, to travel, to sleep well, to enjoy a meal, to spend time with loved ones without constant exhaustion or medical limitations. Many people regret treating their body like a machine instead of a home, because by the time the body starts demanding attention, the damage is often harder to reverse. The sixth regret is waiting too long to enjoy life. Some people spend most of their life preparing to live. They say, when I retire, then I'll relax. When I have more money, then I'll enjoy life. When things calm down, then I'll be happy. But life doesn't always calm down, and happiness cannot survive forever as a postponed appointment. Many older people realize they were always standing at the gate of life, but never fully stepping inside. They were always planning, always worrying, always delaying joy. And then decades passed. This regret is especially painful because the things that make life beautiful are often simple. A walk, a meaningful conversation, a weekend with family, a sunrise, a hobby, a quiet mind. Most people don't miss luxury in old age, they miss presence. The seventh regret is not being true to themselves. This may be the deepest regret of all. Many people reach old age and realize they spent much of their life disconnected from who they really were. They hid their opinions, ignored their dreams, suppressed their personality, stayed small to stay accepted. But the older they become, the more painful that becomes, because time strips away illusions. And what remains is the question, did I truly live my life, or did I just perform it? There's a profound sadness in reaching the later years of life and realizing you were present in your own story, but not fully alive inside it. If there is one lesson hidden inside all of these regrets, it is this: a meaningful life is not built by waiting, it is built by noticing, choosing, expressing, and living now. The people over 70 who share these regrets are not speaking from theory. They are speaking from a place most of us have not reached yet, and that is why their words matter. So if you are still young, whether that means 25, 45, or 65, take these lessons seriously. Call the person you love, protect your health, stop chasing approval, be honest, be present, and don't wait for old age to teach you what you can learn today, because one day your life will also become memory. And when that day comes, may your heart hold more peace than regret. If this video spoke to you, subscribe for more timeless life lessons and wisdom that help you live with clarity, purpose, and peace.